Hello my brethren, I hope you're all well. I want to talk about pathological jealousy today. A quick Wikipedia search will give you alternative names for that, such as morbid jealousy, Othello syndrome, obsessional and delusional jealousy. Pathological jealousy in essence is wrongly believing that your spouse or partner is being unfaithful, and despite evidence to the contrary, the feelings and experience is maintained. Now, you notice that the definition does not offer any sexual bias. That means that this can affect both men and women. But since this is a MGTOW channel, we will focus mainly on females and how that affects us men who date these females. Now, if you dwell too much on the definition, you will find some differences between obsessional and delusional jealousy. Obsessional jealousy entails a constant thought pattern which is present and pervasive in your thoughts, that you know is completely irrational even though you're experiencing it. That means that insight is maintained in obsessional jealousy situations. However, in delusional jealousy, the delusion in front of the word means that despite evidence to the contrary, these people are convinced that their partner is cheating on them despite the evidence. As such, insight for this is not maintained. Males are predominantly preoccupied with sexual infidelity, while women are preoccupied with emotional infidelity. This distinct difference brings home why some women, like my ex, won't care if you fuck someone else as long as you don't love them. If I'm being honest, I don't understand what this feeling may entail, as I have never felt much in terms of jealousy myself. However, apparently from sources, males suffer from this a lot more than females do. The link for this is found in the description below. That made me wonder, however, when I look around in society and I see the simpish blue-pilled men around, I can definitely see how that may be the case. If your identity is so much tied to the validation from a female, then I do not find it difficult to believe that you might be morbidly jealous towards those women. In those men, the potential loss of a partner due to infidelity may lead to a collapse in that person's identity. Therefore, from their insecurity, their jealousy is bred, but the evidence in that paper are anecdotal, and they do not cite any epidemiological studies about this. With regards to delusional jealousy, compared to obsessional jealousy, the difference is mainly the absence of evidence that the spouse is cheating. If there is no evidence to prove infidelity, you see, then the patient is seen as being delusional. And as such, since women are much better at hiding their tracks than men are, and being jealous is much widely accepted as being part of the normal female psyche, I predict that there is a bias that is strongly skewed against men in this situation, and it is why some sources claim that men are probably affected a lot more with this condition. But let's take the light away from men for a second and let's dive into the specifics of this. Pathological jealousy is actually cited by many sources as a symptom of a condition rather than a condition itself. It is often associated with obsessive-compulsive disorder, especially when obsessional jealousy is involved. In delusional jealousy, it is considered at times as part of a psychotic condition such as schizophrenia. Now, in my experience, although some sources say that pathological jealousy is rare, you do actually notice it a lot in clinical practice. What's scary is that you only notice it if there is a threat of violence against a spouse or a partner. As such, I honestly think that this is probably a lot more common of a symptom as some sources actually cite. Additionally, violence as a result of jealousy is something that females are well known for, and it's one of those things that's almost socially accepted nowadays. In fact, in females, jealousy is not an emotion that will be noticed to be beyond the norm except in very extreme situations. Given from my personal experiences from dating and seeing females without committing to them, I have found that jealousy only becomes an issue when the female is suspecting that you're emotionally cheating on her. For example, this may occur when you tell another girl, other than your girlfriend, that you love her. If the girlfriend discovers this, she will probably lash out, she will cry, she will lose sleep over it, she will plan around to manipulate you in order to achieve things and bring you back to her, and she can potentially try to harm you. If we consider the malignant narcissism which exists in the females of today, is it that much of a leap of faith to make that when these females who consider themselves as walking, talking, living goddesses, that they might actually try to put the mortal who threatens their identity down? While in most situations violence is associated with males in sources, I have personally witnessed at least one female pull a knife on me because of jealousy, and one other female who started cutting herself in front of me because she could not accept the reality of being replaced. In my personal experience, and I use my personal experience here because I want to go beyond what the science is telling us, pathological jealousy is associated with narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. What this means is that this is going to be a lot more widespread than however much it's actually being diagnosed. This is because a lot of this is seen as normal behavior in our current society. I will link below a video from Malignant Narcissism, an absolutely brilliant video as an introduction to this widespread disease that is affecting the millennial generation of people. The disease being narcissism. This disease especially affects the females of this generation. You see, for the females of today, the amount of free validation and attention that you can get from strangers results in people who become obsessed with themselves, and that in turn results in these people expecting all the attention to themselves from their partners. When that invariably decreases in a relationship, there creeps the jealousy in, and that's when the abuse starts. At the base of this is the insecurity of, am I no longer sexy enough? Am I going to lose the free attention that I have been getting so far? Let's try some examples here and let's see how many times these examples have actually occurred to you guys. How many times have you found your girlfriend checking your phone and your text messages while you have guaranteed to her that you're not cheating on her? How many times have you had girlfriends that were jealous intensely of female friends in your life? How many times have you had girlfriends who constantly complain about the involvement of your mother in your life? How many times have you had girlfriends who complained intensely to the point of where you were wondering if they're actually insane about the affection that you're showing towards your dog or towards your cat? How many times have you had girlfriends or wives or partners being jealous to the point of disrupting your relationship with your own daughter or son? How many times have girlfriends of yours randomly walked in on you while you were out with your boys? Have you ever been attacked by a female because she was so jealous she just simply couldn't control her anger? Have you tried to convince a woman time and time again to no avail that you were not cheating or doing anything without her knowing, and she still did not believe you? How many times did you have to give information on demand on your whereabouts due to lack of trust? All this are everyday examples, but if all these things are repeated time and time again, they fall into the realm of obsessional and delusional jealousy. What we have come to consider as normal female behavior, for its most part, is actually recognized as a symptom or a completely separate psychiatric disorder in itself. What you need to pay more attention to is that this type of behavior may inadvertently create conditions which are dangerous for you. While women for the most part are not as violent as men are, they will create conditions where the person causing them distress comes to harm's way, no matter how irrational their distress is. What I mean by that is that these females will use proxies. Therefore, expect manipulation of emotions that may put relationships with friends and with family members at risk. Expect false rape accusations. Expect attacks from another male because she wants you to pay for her emotional trauma. Expect the police to be involved and get on your case. So expect potential physical, psychological, and emotional harm to come towards your way, especially if you're dating such a female. And worse, expect that these females may directly attack the people, animals, and things in your life that you have strong emotional bonds with. That includes your dog, your son, your daughter, your sister, your brother, your father, your car, your house, or whatever else it might be. That's because they will want you to feel what they felt when they were jealous, and because they want you to focus more of your attention on them. This kind of manipulative tactics fall back to the realm of narcissism and borderline personality disorder. My brothers, what I want you to know is that although this behavior, which is widely experienced by females in our lives, is seen by us as normal because it is that widespread, this behavior may actually be grounds for prescription of antipsychotic medication. Just take a few seconds and think of this. This type of behavior is unfounded in evidence, yet we continue to accept it in our lives because what? That's what women are? No, that's not what women are, and these examples should be seen as extreme examples of jealousy and not the norm. If you're in a relationship and are experiencing some of these examples, the examples I listed previously, it should not be a large leap of faith to make that you're actually in danger and you simply don't know it. And trust me, you won't be able to predict when the female will lash out and cause you damage. Therefore, be alert, be prepared, and if you're in this type of toxic relationship with a female, no matter how hot she is, no matter how good her pussy feels, just get out of there. I learned that the hard way, and I have friends who have also learned it the hard way. And if you think you're better than us, trust me, you're not. If the relationship continues, you will find that in a couple of years you will be tiptoeing around this woman out of fear, and you will forever be trapped in her very strong embrace while she cheats on you, abuses you, and puts relationships with people and friends that you love in harm's way. Thank you very much for listening. This was Nico Chosky talking about all things man. Please like, share, and of course subscribe to my channel for more updates.